How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. So we are on part 3 of our, I'm going to go ahead and bring Melissa up, of our journey into exploring the case against Casey Anthony. Hey, Melissa.
Part 4.
Oh, part 4. 4.
Hi.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, and I need to add it to the playlist. I'll add it after. You guys, we have playlists on both channels that will have the other parts and everything in order. But hey, how are you?
Good. How are you? I already added it, by the way.
Oh, awesome. Okay. I'm pretty good. I just doing stuff around the house that has to be done, for the kids to go back to school and all that kind of stuff. So kind of busy, but looking forward to watching this with you. And then also looking forward to, after this, watching you guys go over more emails, because it's been a minute. So it's going to be a good evening.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah. So I do have a few things, though, I want to show you before we get into his interview. Just some pictures I grabbed off the internet. Like some I had grabbed previously, but when I was looking for pictures of her brother for the thumbnail, I found a couple with him and Kaylee, and I just wanted to show them to you. Hold on.
Please do. Oh, my goodness. Look at her.
I know. She's so cute. I think this is the wrong way because I had to send a picture of myself to change my profile picture. Yeah, so we're going this way. All right. Look. She's so precious.
She was exceptionally adorable.
Yeah, she was. I love when little kids do this smile like this, that they hold their teeth like
the bottom teeth.
Uh-huh. She's pretty cute. She does look a lot like her mom.
She looks like, go back to the last photo, I could see Cindy in her too.
Oh yeah.
Right there? Yeah.
Yeah. And her brother. Like I see him and her too. So let's see. There's another one.
Lisa? Yeah.
Oh, look.
Cutie.
And then we have Casey and Court. The hair, man. I don't like the hair.
I know. It got long. Yeah, see, it got long.
And then that's when she got out, right? This is her being released.
Yep.
And then here is her brother. So he does look like her a little bit, the baby, or she does look like him a little bit.
Yeah.
But look.
Oh my goodness.
With the baby, and oh my gosh, I love that.
Her face.
I know. She's so cute. Look at this one.
Oh, I've never seen that one. Oh God, she's adorable.
So that's the end of the pictures. That I just wanted to pull them up though before we started, because they're cute, and also getting to see, like, let me go back to it, like these last two of him and her. I mean, because we're going to see, based on what we heard yesterday, we think this visit occurred right before the one we just watched. And Casey talks about her and her brother writing down names and stuff like that of places to check, people to check. He seems to care a lot just by that, right? Being there, want to take part of it, and then the pictures. But didn't you say, because I don't know about this, that she also accused him of abusing her and stuff?
Yes. She ripped that family apart.
My God, dude. I just cannot imagine. Like, I get it. You're trying to save your own ass, and not have to spend your life in jail, which you should. But, I mean, at least from what I know so far, like, I'm still trying to keep an open mind and wait to see the evidence. But just based on all of her stories before, how do you, like, I just don't know. To me, it's next level to throw your whole family under the bus, or any of your family, to save yourself.
Right. Yeah, she is the worst. I believe she believes her own lies at this point, like differently from Tisha. I don't believe Letitia believes her own lies, but Casey, I feel at this point believes it's happened to her.
How do people do that? Like, I know that people do start to believe their own lies. It's just hard for me to, like, make sense of it.
Well, like they even say, if you repeat something enough, it eventually will become the truth to an extent. And I think that that's what happened with Casey. I think it started with a sickness, like where she was lying well before the murders. It's something she got used to. But after, and again, I'm going to circle back around to the investigators and lawyers sitting around the table, pumping her up, believing her. I think, especially as we go into trial, seeing Jose just hammer it in, like go to town, and you can't prove anything differently. I think she has become that lie. Like it now it's the truth.
It's crazy. I was looking because someone had asked, does he support her now? And so I found a couple articles from when right after the Peacock thing that are on here, but this looks like one of the most recent. So let's just take a look at this for a second, and then we'll jump right into it. It says, in the shadow of the notorious Casey Anthony, her brother Lee has lived a life peppered with mystery and speculation. From a typical childhood in Florida to the unsettling events of 2008 that turned his world upside down, Lee's story is as tangled as it is intriguing. Casey Anthony's brother, Lee, navigated the storm with a form of resilience that many found both puzzling and fascinating. The Anthony family's dynamics, marked by their suburban upbringing, have left many wondering about Lee's path forward, especially now, years removed from that tumultuous time. Despite the lurking shadows of the past, Lee has tried to forge his own identity, one that steps neither into the limelight nor away from the intense curiosity that surrounds him. Let's see. Back in 2011, he found himself in a position no one envies, testifying in his sister's trial. He did indeed endure intense scrutiny as he became a pivotal witness in the courtroom drama that captured nationwide attention. Let's see. In one memorable courtroom episode, Lee spoke about feeling excluded from crucial family events, offering a glimpse into the family's strained dynamics. So we'll see that later. But let's look at this. Brother of Casey Anthony testified against Casey, played a significant role. As of 2018, they do not have a relationship. He did have a baby in 2013. Casey has met her nephew, Lee's son, but does not have a relationship with him. He has largely kept his life private until after the trial. Casey is estranged from her brother and parents, minimal interaction with family since the trial. Lee has made little to no public appearances or statements since the trial. And yeah, I think that's about it. So we'll jump into it, and I'll keep looking a little bit on the side of what I can find, because I do think that I heard was there a clip from the courtroom where he like tells her how much he loves her or something?
I don't remember.
Well, we'll see it if it is, though, which I'm excited to get to the trial, but I'm also really looking forward to these, like watching these. So I'm worried, though. Let me know if it does the crackling thing. I rebooted and stuff. If it does, I know that going on share entire screen fixes it. So
yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully it will be good.
Okay. Just stop me if it starts to do that.
Okay.
All right, you guys, here we go.
And so this was literally right before the interview that we went over yesterday with Cindy and George. So right before she's in the same outfit, same day.
Okay. Oh, man, I bet him having his own child was huge for him. I know he cannot understand his sister's actions if he is a decent father. Oh, I can imagine that definitely changed perspective for, like, his perspective a little bit. Don't you think, Melissa?
Yeah.
Because, like, first, he doesn't, like, once you have your own kid and you see, I don't know, it doesn't make sense anyways, but definitely once you become a parent. Okay, here we go.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Hey, can I get this turned up a little bit? Come on. I can't really hear you.
Okay, I can try to speak up a little bit.
No, go ahead. You're fine.
Okay. How are you?
Oh man, I don't want to start crying.
Yeah, I don't either. Let me just kind of give you a heads up. To my knowledge, weeks can have about I don't know if you know how all this works, but
no.
Can have about an hour together.
Okay.
Mom and dad are scheduled at 1 to come in and see you too.
Okay.
I had to set this up through the deputies at Orange County because Baez couldn't do it for us, or at least he claimed, and we were having a tough time doing it for us.
Yeah, that's what he told me the other night.
So we still have visitation set up for Monday also. But,
Okay.
I just wanted to give you a heads up. First, I'm sure you know, or I'm sure you've been told by Jose, everything that goes on inside the jail, including this, is recorded, and anybody can, listen or hear, including the deputies, including Jose, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Can you pause it real quick?
However, there's one.
So I know that like he's very low. I think they're going to raise it because you could even see that she's struggling at this point to hear him. And then that's why it's so loud when her parents come and she had to have it lowered, remember?
Yes.
But he immediately off the bat is telling her, hey, everything is recorded, everything that you're saying, and so this is why we have a little bit more insight when she gets to speak to her parents, like, I'd rather write it, in a letter, which, he knew the situation and he was trying to give her a heads up. You gotta be smart about this.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I'm glad that you said that about it being low. I hope they turn it up because I had boosted the volume and it makes it more fuzzy when you do, but it really isn't helping because it's that low. You know what I mean? So I could double boost it.
I think it may get raised. I think they may do it on their end.
Okay. All right. So, and I didn't even absorb what they were saying because I was like focusing on the volume.
Yeah, he was basically saying like, hey, just to be aware, like everything that we're talking about, it's being recorded, the audio, everything. And she's like, yeah, I know.
Okay. Yeah, she's aware of all the cameras. Believe that. I'll drop the link in the chat too, or put it in the description so that you guys can watch it on your own too later. Okay, here we go.
One thing that nobody can monitor, and that is if you're able to write a letter.
Okay.
Now, how the letters work, there is a mail system inside the courtroom, and if the letter is delivered from the mail system, that is not monitored. If you give a letter to Jose or to anybody else, of course they may end up reading that.
Yeah.
So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to be writing you a letter as soon as I can to get it to you, to give you that line of communication. So if you didn't feel comfortable saying something when you knew you were being recorded and monitored, that you can get that, to me that.
But what, Melissa, I was muted. What would make sense in their head to like explain why she wouldn't want to be recorded, wouldn't want to speak to police? I mean, I guess they're trying to do anything and everything to get the baby. So it doesn't matter. But to me, I mean, even that's big red flag.
It's a big red flag. And I think that the men, and I'm not trying to distinct her, Cindy versus the men. I think that they were very familiar with Casey. And at this point, I don't think her dad, I think, knew. Didn't know what happened, but knew it was bad. Same thing with him. I think Lee and George probably spoke. And I think possibly George even told Lee to make sure you're communicating this to Casey when you speak to her, because he couldn't without being in front of Cindy. And like I said yesterday, I think he was trying his best to protect Cindy, and he knew that he couldn't relay the same stuff to her without being fully transparent with why, if that makes sense. But they knew even if Kaylee was somewhere, that she most likely is going to have involvement in it to an extent, and whether or not she was alive, she's gonna get in trouble. And so to protect her butt type of situation.
Okay, that makes sense. And they know that they can't tell Cindy every detail like that because she's barely keeping it together as it is, and she's on a mission and kind of just keeping her on her mission, I guess.
Yeah, I think they were trying to protect Mom, and but someone had to be realistic with Casey.
Yeah. Bradley says, as Jen Lou would say, they're familiar with Casey's brand.
Yeah.
They are definitely familiar with her brand. Okay.
That way.
Okay.
Do you have access to paper and a pen?
I can get access to that. That's not a problem.
Okay. That's the first I want to do. So I guess I just wanted to drop you some knowledge first. I think it's the best thing that we should go over.
Yeah, definitely.
You already know your dad about how you can reach out now if you didn't know that already. Here's what I wanted to go over with you, make sure that you're aware. Obviously, Jose works for you. Okay? Anything that you say to Jose is supposed to be attorney-client privilege. It's supposed to be in confidence.
Yeah.
How that works is, even if you ask him to reach out to the family, if you ask him to reach out to law enforcement, if you give him a letter and ask him to do it, he is not obligated to do that. He will make a decision if it's in his or your best interest.
Yeah.
The key is his best interest too. At this moment, I really don't have anything against him, but I want to make sure that you realize that if you try to reach out, he may not be giving us this information. Okay?
Yeah, I understand that.
He's told us that his number one focus is you. That his secondary focus is Kaylee. The truth is, because it's a business.
Yeah.
The truth is, the most important thing for him, his first focus is himself. Then you, then Kaylee.
Hey, hold on one second. Can we turn this up a little bit? Thank you. All right. At least this way I won't have to strain my head to try to hear you in a minute. Okay, keep going. You're fine.
I cannot speak to anybody else's focus other than what they've told me. What I can do is speak to my own focus.
Yeah.
What I can tell you is my number one focus is on Kaylee.
Yeah.
My second focus is you.
Yeah.
My third is Mom. Then Dad. Then me.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does he know so much about the court system, or has he kind of I'm curious how he became the one that explains this stuff to Casey. I mean, which I guess the stuff he's explaining is more like common sense stuff. Your lawyer's there for you. It's, client attorney privilege. What do you think about that?
Again, I think his dad's retired, homicide. I think his dad fully spoke. You have to remember yesterday, Cindy had expressed, your brother has been holding this family together, like he's been our rock. And I think George absolutely, because it seems very, I don't want to say scripted, versus this conversation was had. We have bullet points that need to be relayed. And I don't think George could do it in front of Cindy.
Okay. That makes sense. And yeah, so his dad and him probably had a thorough conversation before this and went all over it all, like in detail. And that's why he's so because he knows, he knows what he's talking about. He seems pretty confident and sure of himself. That makes sense. I don't know why I didn't think
it's spot on. Yeah. I mean, I might be wrong. That's just what I think, because unless he has a long history and he's just very educated in this, he's absolutely right. Like, it is a business. Jose is here for you, not for Kaylee. His job isn't Kaylee. So yes, protect yourself, but at the same time, priority needs to be Kaylee.
Yeah. Yeah. So interesting. Allie B. So Melissa has seen the trial, but it's been a long time. So her memory, she's, forgotten some of it. So, and I haven't seen it at all. So we're rewatching all of it together to try to grasp and talk about everything that that goes on before the trial is where we're at now, and then we're going to go through the entire trial and stuff too. And of course, after, when the jurors speak out and the judge speaks out and people like that, because they all have. That'll be fun. Yeah, me too, Allie B. Okay, here we go. Hopefully they turn it up now.
I want to make it, and I don't give a shit about bias. I don't give a shit about the police. I don't give a shit about anything else. Those are my priorities.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
I need you to tell me if my focus should be anything different than that. If anybody's priorities should be in a different order, or if I should have anybody else in there at all.
No, I think your priorities are where they should be, and that's exactly where mine are. So, honestly, I'll sit here as long as I have to. My only concern is Kaylee.
Okay. Well, then that's what I want to go over. I'm sorry, I wrote a lot of this down because there's some stuff that I wanted to make sure that you are aware of before we really started getting into anything.
So he does have a list.
You feel comfortable in the way that you're answering, so that you know if you don't feel comfortable answering, that there may be a way that you can reach out to where you wouldn't feel comfortable being a letter or something like that. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. The police are only going to go off of whatever information gets to them.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact that they have been reaching out to Mr. Baez.
Mm-hmm.
They have not reached out to Mr. Baez on a phone call since the 16th when you were put under arrest.
Mm-hmm.
They left 2 messages for Jose. Jose has never, I've seen the phone records, he has never returned a phone call to the police department. Now, he has written a letter, faxed a letter over to them,
Mm-hmm.
that's saying that you're willing to cooperate, things like that. When they have reached out to him since then, he has either not returned a phone call, or he has, and I mean, I've got the correspondence. I saw this yesterday, and I'm not trying to knock,
Excuse me.
knock what he's doing or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to make you aware of exactly what I've been able to, confirm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not even going to get into the bond stuff right now. I know
he's
probably talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to leave it at that. Hold on, I just want to read through and make sure that I'm getting all this first.
Yeah, so there's his list. Whatever, probably, maybe what his dad told him, bullet points, something.
That's what I think.
How did Jose become your attorney?
It just kind of happened at random in booking. I heard a couple people talking about attorneys, things like that, and they just flat out asked me if I had anyone yet, and I said no. And his name came up, and I was like, well, if he's good, can you do me a favor and pass my name along? So he came and saw me the next day. It was like immediately right after I saw the judge. So
wow, so that's how he became her attorney?
Mm-hmm. But
that's crazy.
It's still unclear how, because a lot of times the attorney that you are appointed early on, and these were different charges. This was not the charges of murder, this was still child neglect and the finances and stuff, lying to police. And so the fact that he stayed on through trial is very rare, but it's still unclear how exactly it was privately funded, a little bit from the family. Like, it was a collection of places that paid for him, and still unclear how, like, who paid entirely and how much, came from which place.
Wow, that is so freaking interesting. Because things
could potential. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because it was already all over the news. And think about it, like, if she would have gotten anyone else, it could have been very differently.
Mm-hmm.
It could have ended very differently. It's crazy. Shauna, thank you for being a member for 20 months, and love you back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Everything. Thank all you guys. Okay, here we go.
So was it an inmate? Was it a corrections officer?
It was an inmate, and there was 3 other people that confirmed it. So.
that's kind of how that happened. That makes sense. Didn't from what I could find out, I didn't think he was court appointed. So that's what I was.
No.
Okay. Okay. What's your honest assessment? How do you feel? I mean, and remember, everybody else can watch this, so feel free to answer however you want to answer. But what's your honest assessment?
I think he's doing whatever by any means necessary to get things done quickly as far as bond is concerned. I know I am his priority. I would like Kaylee to be his focus as well, but I know that I am his client and his concern is getting me out so I can help Kaylee. That's something that we've talked about every single time we've met.
Now, understand, he's going to, any of us are going to say that we do feel it would be in your best interest to be able to get out to help us find Kaylee.
Of course.
However, I know that especially now that you know that you can write a letter to me or to whomever, that it's just like if you were out and you were able to talk to us when no one else was around.
Yeah. Excuse me.
There are ways, even if you're still in fear, that we can still effectively search for Kaylee, no matter how comfortable or confident you feel in Jose or the police or anything.
Yeah, so absolutely.
I want to make sure that you are aware of that. Do you want to talk to law enforcement?
Yes and no. I mean, I know that I'm their quote person of interest. So things that I've told them before, they've looked at me like I'm feeding them a bunch of bullshit. So in a lot of ways, I'd rather things come from either you guys, my primary, my family, or my almost tied primary at this point because Jose's been my one outlet.
Right.
So.
Okay, that's so interesting. I didn't even want to pause it, but I do want to say thank you, MK, for gifting 5 memberships. Welcome to the members. Thank you so much. And just to ask, what does he do? Doc is Pay. She's not doing some commands. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with Nightbot. I'm glad it's back all of a sudden, but hopefully it doesn't start like timing people out and yelling at people because I had to turn it back on, and I don't know if the settings like go back to. You know how it does that?
Oh, yeah. I called my chat barbarians.
That's freaking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It goes off. Okay. Anything you want to say before I press play again?
I just think it's very, to the matter of fact, he is like everything I would expect Dad to do, which again, I think that's why I really much think this is Dad. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would think Lee would know everything like this, especially from his father. And that's why yesterday we didn't really see any of that from George, like none, which tells me he already knew it was being covered.
Yeah, that's such a good point because we've seen the interview that happens right after this with her parents, and he just kind of sets back, looks like he's not even like he could fall asleep back there. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's just not even
and
with
so
it.
If it's not from George, I would anticipate at least him to touch upon some of these points, right? None, which tells me, he's and look at Lee. He came with a mission. He knew what to do. He has a list. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he's definitely on a mission. Okay. Yeah, they think I'm telling it. What did she say? They think I'm
the prime, what did she say? Prime suspect. Actually, you know what? Jump back. What did she say? Because that's very telling.
Yeah. Let's see. We think that's far enough? About a minute and a half?
I think so.
Okay.
It's just like if you were out and you were able to talk to us when no one else was around.
Yeah. Excuse me.
There are ways, even if you're still in fear, that we can still effectively search for Kaylee, no matter how comfortable or confident you feel in Jose or the police or anything.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
I want to make sure that you are aware of that. Do you want to talk to law enforcement?
Yes and no. I mean, I know that I'm their quote person of interest. So things that they've told them before, they've looked at me like I'm feeding them a bunch of bullshit. So
You were.
in a lot of ways, I'd rather things come from either you guys, my
You literally admitted that it was lies. What do you mean?
They look at me like I'm feeding them a bunch of bullshit, which I admitted to doing. But yeah, so what do you expect them to do, Casey? Like, you took them on a goose hunt and they had to interview you in Universal Studios because you brought them there lying to them.
Yeah. First you worked there, then it was, well, I was trying to go places we were familiar with. We used to go here all the time.
I wanted to talk to the security guard.
Yeah. None of it makes sense. It's crazy. No. It's like with Letitia, I sat here and I'm just like so puzzled. What did you expect to happen? Which I guess in her case, it all worked out. And this just probably like continued her on her path of lying and stuff. And I'm sure that she's even better at it now and does it even more, but how do you expect people to believe you? I don't know.
Okay. My primary, my family, or my almost tied primary at this point, because Jose's been my one outlet. So it's going to have to come from one of those avenues.
Now that you know you have another outlet to the family, I encourage you to just realize, and again, you probably know Jose a little better than me at this point, even though I have talked to him on almost a daily basis, but you know that, again, I can speak for myself on my intention, and I know you know my intention.
Yeah.
So,
like to answer an objection across the sidebar?
No, sir. Sometimes. Continue.
Oh, that's probably why it's even quieter. Hold on. Let me see real quickly.
I think
they're playing it from the courtroom, so I know that would mean it's even more low. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on that playlist I sent you earlier when I was like, is it on here? There is one of his visits on here that is 44 minutes. Let me look at it. Hold on. Just to check really fast just in case we can have better audio.
Here. I don't know. Is this?
Where's it at?
I just realized. Hold on.
Kroger Queen. Is this the Kroger Queen?
Is this the same? Oh, okay. Kroger Queen. Okay, hold on then. Because that's what this is from. Okay, hold on. This is in 2, and yeah, hold on. Take this and just see if it's combined with the parents, but his is first. So you just go to the same timestamp.
Okay. 1 second. Let's see. We're at 11:09.
Yeah. And let's see if the audio is better. Which I don't know if it will be, because even back during this time, like they kind of, I don't know if people foiled and got their own originals versus taking it from trial,
Yeah, it's super interesting. And it's crazy because you don't have that many people that have copies of this stuff. Like, it's hard to find.
Yeah.
You're not seeing a court TV or a long time. They have a playlist, but not like they do now.
Of the trial. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
To just realize, and again, you probably know Jose a little better than me at this point, even though I have talked to him on almost a daily basis, but you know that, again, I can only speak for myself on my intention, and I know you know my intention.
Yeah.
So,
louder, quieter, what do you think?
The reason why
has a slight echo.
I think it was a little bit better, but needed closed captions. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You guys tell us in the chat. And it's just him. It's not her. It's just his end that's so low.
Yeah, you can hear her great.
Mhm.
Okay.
No, sir. It's untitled. Continue.
And the thing about the police, when you gave your statement about dropping Kaylee off with the nanny on the 9th,
Mhm.
we know that's incorrect. That it's actually on the 16th.
Oh,
Yeah, I know that.
Or
Pause.
anytime after Father's Day.
Sorry.
Oh, no, don't be sorry.
So, you know your statement about dropping Kaylee off with Zanny on the 9th. Mm-hmm. Well, we know that to be incorrect because we know that it was the 16th. Right. Like, I just want to make sure everyone heard that. And once again, you see family tiptoeing, right? Like, this should be a lot of emotion behind it, which just tells me Casey has a long history of snapping, and they don't want her to snap. We want to try to, this is her brother, Mrs. O. They want to try to obtain whatever information they can to get Kaylee.
Yeah. And I know.
Yeah, I know I lied. And once again, I'm going to say that they're going to treat me, like I'm just going to feed them some bullshit while acknowledging the bullshit you fed.
Yeah. Oh, it's Bogart's birthday. Happy birthday, Bogart. And thank you guys for hanging in there with us, because, it's older. Technology is different. Even Letitia's video visits, though, there are some, the audio is so terrible. So, it is part of the gels usually don't have the best quality, whatever they're using, right? And then this has been such a long time. So thank you for hanging with us through these. I know that the audio is a lot better, like on other things. So it's not all.
It's just his, and again, it's just his telephone, because you could hear her great. Eventually you'll be able to hear the parents great. I don't know if it's on a different phone. They actually Casey had to ask them to lower their volume because it was so high. So I don't know.
Yeah. Dog Defender says, I followed this case from the beginning. It's so wild how Lee tried so hard from day one, then abruptly turned on her and never supported her again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after her accusations, and Pika says they've all enabled her for so long. Now look where they are. I'm just saying. Yeah. I mean, but I don't blame him for turning. Hey, Amber, at all. Like, duh. After what she did, I would not be, just rolling over and letting her do it and saving herself. No, because these accusations, like even if she hadn't stuck with it, they would still last a lifetime. Things like this are, it's very serious. But can't just be accusing people, Holly. I think Lee talked low naturally. Yes, it does appear that way. Really, Amber? Okay, here we go.
Did you know that before?
I've had a lot of time to think about it, and yeah, trust me, it came to mind.
Right, and that's what I figured. I figured you knew it after you gave your statement, and that you haven't been able to reach out to law enforcement since you made your statement to correct any mistakes like that. Is that correct?
That's correct.
What? Why are you handing her oh my God. We know you lied. Hold on. I got to rewind this part, Melissa. I'm sorry.
Please do, because I missed it.
So he's basically like giving her an excuse as to why she lied. Wait till you hear this. And then Allie B, thank you so much. Allie Velheimer Media has a playlist, and his audio of this is crystal clear.
Oh,
okay.
I'll pull it up for you. Hold on.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Media.
Do you want me to go ahead and play this or wait?
Velheimer Media. Hold on one second.
Okay, thank you, Allie B. Yes, thank you for the information and support. Oh my
God. Oh, look at this. Okay.
Yay. How? Maybe they requested it. Hey, Fragile Like a Bomb. Hey, Music City Mom. I'm rhyming over here. Hey, Fragile Like a Bomb. Hey, Music City Mom. Here we go. Okay.
And I'm going to save this for any additional future ones.
1051. Oh my God. It's so much better.
Is it?
Yes. Oh my gosh, Allie B. Thank you.
Thank you.
Listen.
At random and booking, I heard a couple people talking about attorneys, things like that, and asked me if I had anyone yet, and I said no. And his name came up, and I was like, well, if he's good, can you do me a favor and pass my name along? So he came and saw me the next day. It was like immediately right after I saw the judge. So
was it an inmate? Was it a corrections officer?
it was an inmate, and
That's a lot better. I don't have
That
it
is so much better. Thank
at
you.
all either. Yay. Okay. So how far because they had an intro, so it pushed us the timestamp a little off.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I'm good just to listen because now we can hear it.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
his focus as well. But I know that I am his client, and his concern is getting me out so I can help Kaylee. That's something that we've talked about every single time we've met.
Now, understand, any of us are going to say that we do feel it would be in your best interest to be able to get out to help us find Kaylee.
Of course.
However, I know that especially now that you can write a letter to me or to whomever, that it's just like if you were out, you were able to talk to us when no one else was around.
Yeah. Excuse me.
There are ways, even if you're still in here, that we can still effectively search for Kaylee, no matter how comfortable or confident you feel in Jose or the police or anything.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Make sure that you are aware of that. Do you want to talk to law enforcement?
Yes and no. I mean, I know that I'm their, quote, person of interest. So things that I've told them before, they've looked at me like I'm feeding them a bunch of bullshit. So in a lot of ways, I'd rather things come from either you guys, my primary, my family, or my almost tied primary at this point, because Jose's been my one outlet.
Right.
So it's going to have to come from one of those avenues.
Right. Now that you know you have another outlet to the family, I encourage you to just realize, and again, you probably know Jose a little better than me at this point, even though I have talked to him on almost a daily basis. But, you know that, again, I can only speak for myself on my intention, and I know you know my intention.
Yeah.
I
So,
would like to answer an objection.
the reason why
I request a sidebar.
No, sir. It's untitled. Continue.
the thing about the police, when you gave your statement about dropping Kaylee off with the nanny on the 9th, we know that's incorrect, and it's actually on the 16th.
Yeah,
So,
I know that.
or at a time after Father's Day. Did you know that before?
I've had a lot of time to think about it, and yeah, trust me, it came to mind.
Right, and that's what I figured. I figured you knew it after you gave your statement, and that you haven't been able to reach out to law enforcement since you made your statement to correct any mistakes like that. Is that correct?
That's correct.
What is he
you
doing?
see what he's doing?
No, because all I see is like giving her a excuse.
But that is what he's doing. Do you not hear in the matter-of-fact way he is saying this? So, you originally said that you dropped her off on the 9th. We now know that that is incorrect. It was the 16th. Now that you've had time to think about it, you reached out to law enforcement and you made sure to correct that statement, didn't you? He is feeding her
Oh, okay, I get it. What she
needs
needs
to
to do.
say. Right.
Oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, like all I could hear, it just reminds me of someone I know who like hands excuses to a person, like just enablers. You know what I mean? Someone in my personal life that I know that annoys the shit out of me, like handing them their excuses. And that's all I could hear, I think, because of that. But wow, so he's saying, okay, you know, if you haven't yet, you might want to let them know that it was okay.
And he's needing to make sure you actually were the one, if you jump back like a minute, you're the one who's correcting the false statements once you realized, right? You know what I mean? Like, very much Pika, he's giving her the game plan. And again, this is why I very much feel like this is dad, right? This is very smart. I can't say it's not smart, you know, like, but
wow,
in a very clear way. It's, you could tell this isn't just a natural organic flow of conversation. He is stating it in a way where repeat this.
yeah,
This is what you need to do. He's not asking, he is telling.
yeah, wow. Oh, okay. I don't like that at all. Nancy, I'm gonna thank you for rejoining. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. And then I started one more comment I wanted to read to you of Nancy's, actually. She says, it strikes me as weird that she doesn't have the desperation to get out of jail on these calls like we've seen from Tisha and Wade. And dude, that it's true, because like she seems pretty content. I'm okay. Like, you know, she's just not emotional like you would expect at all, whether it's about getting out of jail, about the situation, everything. She's weirdly calm and content.
And that's why she keeps saying, if I had to stay in here, that's fine. Honestly, in a way, I feel like she is utilizing this time to figure out, because as long as she's in there, she doesn't have to talk, right? I can't talk, I'm in jail, you know, while she's figuring out what she wants to do, and this gives her an excuse.
Yeah. And Crazy Mama says this is what happens and causes no taking accountability assholes type of people. That's why I believe in tough love. And I'm 100% with you. Tough love all the way. Like sometimes the truth sometimes is hard to hear, but you got to give it. Oh my gosh. It makes me wonder if he's like that at all. Like if I don't know. It just makes you wonder. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So would you agree that it would be in your best interest and Kaylee's best interest to be able to give the police the accurate information so they can do their job? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same time, they've misconstrued things that I've said, put words in my mouth, so that there were things.
Accurate information so they can do their job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same time, they've misconstrued things that I've said, put words in my mouth, so that there were things that I had specifically said that I never said. So I would rather do that in the form of a letter to the detectives themselves, specifically. So they have that written proof. There's no saying that I said anything, you know, whatever. I'm not going to deal with that anymore.
This is my suggestion to you, because understand, remember, if you write a letter to the detectives and you go through Jose for this, he could decide
not to give it to them.
Exactly. This is my suggestion to you. Write it to them directly through the jail system letter, just like you would write Mom or I or anybody else a letter. Send us and Jose a copy.
Yeah.
Again, do all this on your own without anybody else being made aware. That way, Jose can't choose to only give them one page of it.
Exactly.
Alter it. We can't change it or alter it. You know what I mean? It's going to be obvious that it came from you, just like you were saying. And now that we have documented proof, also copies.
There's no way to misconstrue anything.
Exactly. This is Casey's the best way to get that information out there.
No, I completely agree with you.
Okay, and that's...
Katrina says she loves the word misconstrue. We've already heard it at least 2 times. I'm going to try to keep a counter if she says it anymore. No, he is coaching her. He isn't trying to bait her. His questions are more like statements. This is what you need to do. Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what he's doing.
What we need to be able to do is keep the line of communication open. So just right now, here's the problem. And it's not your fault that the information that they are going off is incorrect.
Mhm.
I've been doing my own research. I've been talking to some of your old coworkers at Kodak Color Vision. I have the timeline. I know that there's a Jeff Hopkins. I know that there's a Juliet. I've been able to go through and confirm all of these things, and I've given this information to detectives actually just last night.
Okay.
They're extremely interested and they're following up on it tomorrow. But my point was, because they didn't know where to look, they were looking at people that were actual Universal employees. That's why they just assumed everything was a lie.
Exactly. When I had specifically even told them not to. But again, everything that I had given them, they went off of their own assumptions on things from the very beginning.
So what we need to be able to do to help this move forward with.
I heard you. I have to hear what you say. How did they go on their own assumptions, though? But
yeah, no, they listened to me, and it came out to be a lie. But when I said, "Okay, well, I'm telling the truth now," they didn't believe me.
yeah, Katrina says she doesn't want him doing too much research, and that's kind of been a theme since we've started these. You know, you can ask some questions, but not too many, not too deep.
Right. Exactly.
That it needs to move forward, and we need to figure out the best way to constructively get them the accurate information, whether that's
Absolutely
writing a letter yourself or you providing the information through a letter or through videos to me or mom or dad or whomever. And remember, if you do it through Jose, you may or may not want to do it. But understand, if you write something to me in a letter, Casey, I'm not sharing it with anybody. I'm the only person who's going to read it. And if there's anything that you do not want me to relay,
I'll be very specific. I know.
I'm not going to do it. Okay?
I know.
I know that you do, but I need you to trust me on that. Okay?
I definitely do.
Okay. I want to just kind of run through everything with you and whatever you feel comfortable, going through. But I'm going to ask you some stuff, and I know that you may or may not give me, an answer or give me, an answer this way, and that's fine. I just want to give you the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
Feel free if you feel more comfortable not saying something, but maybe giving me a signal. Do that. Okay. Yeah. What I need to know is I need to know who I can trust out here. Okay. I'm just going to say some names, give you the opportunity to respond if you want.
Yeah.
What I wrote down to what I thought the best way is, if I can trust them, don't say anything. if I either can't trust them or you want me to look into something myself, tip me off somehow, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna...
As annoying as it is, he does seem to be looking for answers, don't you think? Because why even go through all these people? If I can trust him, he's looking for answers.
He is looking for answers, absolutely, while also trying to protect his sister.
Yep. Okay.
Start. Annie.
Don't even bother.
Well, you're going to understand my rhyme or reason by asking the people and the order in which I'm asking. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So, Annie.
Yeah.
Melina. Amy.
Most definitely.
Ricardo.
I don't know.
Tony.
I'd like to say yes, but I'm kind of on the fence about that one as well, unfortunately.
Jesse.
No.
Because Ricardo and Tony, I was actually with during this time, and I don't want them giving you too much information.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Okay. Who's Amy, by the way? Like, that keeps coming up, but I don't know.
The friend that she stole the checks from, the checkbook from.
Wow. Yeah, she don't trust Ricardo or Tony because those are the ones that came forward and ended up saying Kaylee disappeared in the middle of the night that night and different things like that.
Exactly.
Mom.
Most definitely.
Most definitely,
You can.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure that I'm clear on these answers that I have. Shaking your head for Amy and Melina. I can trust them.
And for Annie and Melina, don't even bother. Don't waste your time. I'm going to be flat out honest and just tell you either way.
Okay. Amy, I can trust her.
Yes.
I don't need to take anything that she says with a grain of salt or look into her or
Not at all. She's one of the most genuine people.
This is the line of questioning that
So you rob her. That's
that
great.
you robbed. Yeah, of course.
I'm asking for. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to figure out. Sorry if I was wrong.
No, it's okay.
So Ricardo.
I wouldn't worry about it. I don't know what he would know, if anything of any significance. That one is up to you.
Okay.
Tony, again, I'm on the fence about. Use your own discretion.
Okay.
Dude.
I appreciate that. Jesse.
No, go ahead, because I had something too. I just have
Because this is about, you have the information. You're the only one who has this information, but as you're naming this off, it's like, maybe, yeah, like, no, you would know who he needs to look at, right? Even if we want to entertain this idea that, like, you just can't verbally tell him, but you would absolutely be able to say, hey, look over here. But because she can't, she's like, maybe use your own discretion. How does that help him? Is it someone I need to look at or not?
Yeah. And then did he say mom? Because I think he's about to get back to, like, huh?
But I think, again, he's like, listen to the specific order I'm asking it in. Like, there's a reason I'm asking. But she was like, oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. Like, so what the hell are you even talking about right now?
Yeah. Okay. Casey, I don't know. Put all their names in a hat and pick one.
Right. That's basically the vibe that she's giving right now.
Yeah. Crazy mama.
She doesn't know who she should accuse. But again, just like Letitia, we have someone willing to blame innocent people.
Yeah. Which is so freaking scary and twisted. She seems to enjoy the fact that they're playing along with her false narrative. This is so disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
No, as in I don't need to.
No, as in with things that he said, I would investigate it further, but he's not someone that I personally trust at the moment.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to find out. So
yeah.
So you're saying yes, I should trust them, or no, I shouldn't.
Or no, you shouldn't. Okay. Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. Mom.
Most definitely.
Dad.
Again, same.
Oh.
As in most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so your dad isn't the last one who you saw Kaylee with in his arms? Huh?
No, never mind that. You could most definitely trust them.
Wow.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Huh.
Ryan.
Yes.
Will.
I haven't known him very long. I met him on the 4th of July, so no.
Jesus Christ.
No, you don't trust him.
He's not someone that I know very well, so no.
Any other people, and I don't have all their names, any other people associated with accusing?
No, not that I can think of. But they've all just been people that I've known on like that professional basis, if you can even call it that. It hasn't been anything of any real significance.
Okay. Is there anybody that you don't trust that you want me to be looking into?
Oh, God. Honestly, at the moment, I don't know. I can't think of anyone.
Can you imagine? How could she? She's already thought of so many lies. Like, think about it. Let's just say before, because we haven't looked at all the evidence yet. So I'm trying to keep an open mind. But if she was 100% the one to do this, which many people believe, even though she was found not guilty, I'm acknowledging that, but she knows none of these people, like, she's going to run out of ideas. You know what I'm saying? How can, like, I just can't imagine what's going through her head as he's naming off people. Like, oh, is this person the person I'm going to throw shade at? Is this person I'm going to act like they might be involved? Nah, they're safe now. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, it's not serious at all. It's just whatever.
Right. And the fact that she would be willing to throw someone under the bus knowing they had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Hey, Remy.
Hi, Remy.
Fusion, the professional hot body contest girls.
Okay, as of this second, who I'm going to be keeping my friends close, my enemies closer.
Yeah.
Is Jesse, Tony, possibly Will. I'm going to try to talk to him.
He's friends with Amy, so you can talk to Amy actually and probably get more information about him.
Will do. And possibly Ricardo.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else that I should look into at all? A friend through any means. I mean, you can either give me a Myspace name or something that I could figure out on my own, or a portion of a phone number or anything. I mean, feel free to give me the info in any way that you know how. If you don't now, that's okay.
I don't know of anything at the moment.
Okay. So that's good. That's the direction I wanted, and frankly, that's where I'm going, where I have been going. So
yeah,
I'm gonna stay on the course that I'm staying on. Let's see. Where should I, as far as any areas or places, where should I focus a search or tips or reaching out to people?
Check things locally, Lee, in all honesty. Places that are familiar to us, to our family. Ask Mom specific places that I've mentioned when her and I spoke over the last period of time, over the last few weeks. She should remember specific places.
Would you feel comfortable I've some written down, would you feel comfortable tipping me off to those places now, or would you prefer that I just go through Mom?
Try and go through Mom. If you need more, if you need something more concrete, more specific, I can try to give you that.
Okay.
What the hell? I mean, really?
Yep. She's kind of bouncing them around, and it's, she's compartmentalizing them to where, oh, I'm going to tell Lee, talk to Mom, and figure this out. And then to Mom, talk to Lee, because we know that's what she said to Mom, right? And really when they talk together, they have no information whatsoever to go off of.
That is, yeah, you're right. Talk to Mom. Talk to Lee. I told him everything. Like,
I told Lee all of this. Yeah.
Oh my God. And oh my gosh. I just can't get over it. I can't get over the fact, all of it. Like for one, locally, knowing how close she was, but also, why would somebody who kidnapped your child, is keeping your child from you, take her to the places you frequent? It's just the dumbest ass thing to say and thing to go with it. I don't know. Frustrating to watch. It just makes no sense. Check locally. Check the places I've mentioned to Mom. So Zanny, if you mentioned to your mom that you went swimming at the lake, you think that's where Zanny is going to have Kaylee? Like, I just don't get it.
Yep.
Stupid. Okay. Wait, and you're right, Neat. Making up shit and trying to be all secretive. It's bizarre and very frustrating. I'm getting pissed watching this.
Okay. And you want me to give familiar situations just with places or with people also?
More or less with places. I don't know of people at this point. I have no idea. Again, this is really the first outside connection I've had besides one visit yesterday from someone I haven't seen in 4 years, at least. His name is Patrick Bourgeois. He was a friend from high school.
Yeah, Patrick sent to me via email.
He's someone that you should definitely talk to. His exact words to me, you know, I have a friend on the outside. He has a whole group of people that he listed off to me that are still friends, people that we can trust. So you can, I would definitely talk to him. I mean, I don't know the kid all that well outside of high school, but again, with him being the first person that even made an attempt to come and talk to me, that meant an awful lot.
What does that have to do with finding Kaylee?
He tried to make an attempt through the police department.
Not a damn thing. It just flatters her ego.
Right. Like, think about it. Like, she's like, oh, definitely talk to him. What he's asking, who's gonna know something about, like, what's gonna lead to the whereabouts of Kaylee. And she's like, definitely talk to him. Like, he has you know, like someone on the outside that could help look. No, that's not someone he needs to talk to. Not saying like resources aren't a good thing, versus he wants to know who is going to have the information that's going to lead to Kaylee. Who should I be looking at? Who would know? And she's just like, oh yeah, no, talk to him. He's good. He came and visited me, you know, like, so he's good. No, that's not what he wants to know, dude.
Yeah. It's like she's trying to, I agree with you guys, keep her family busy, get attention, but also keep these connections like strong. You know what I mean? Oh my God, he came to visit me and that meant so much. Definitely talk to him.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
And on 16th, we tried to make an attempt through Jose Baez on the 18th.
Yeah.
Dad tried to call on Saturday and on Sunday. Either the line was busy or we were told that we were not able to set anything up at that point. My dad was on hold on yesterday all day. You go on hold or the line was busy. Mom called yesterday. It was on the hold or busy. We were instructed on the 16th by not only Jay, but also by the police department that we would not be able to see or talk to you until 7 days after your arraignment, and that we could not set anything up prior to that. That is what we were told by both of them.
Did they have any specifics as of why? I mean, I know that you've been, you know, held back from coming and seeing me. I was even told that by Jose.
We were instructed that this was the court system and that's the process. That's
bullshit.
Is that video out there, Melissa, of the guy that visited her before anybody?
I'll look.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
I don't know how to spell Boudreaux or whatever, like she keeps saying, but I'll do my best.
Oh, you know what? That one case, the case out of Idaho, I can put in the back how they spelled that. Remember?
I'm sure it'll come up though. Hold on.
I think it's something like that in the back. But yeah. Okay. Let me know. All right.
Because it's not. No. I'm just putting it right flat out for you.
I just figured that out, and that's the main reason why I want you to be able to know that stuff doesn't get to us. It doesn't get to, you know, from either through Jose or through the police or through whomever.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's not accurate, and people can have their own agenda. Okay.
Oh, Lee, I've known that since my first court meeting. It was fabricated that I even said anything to any officers. I didn't speak to any officers that first morning that I was here. So the restrictions that I've been under for the last week have all been fabricated. It's all been bullshit. Okay. The police's exact words to me. I'm going to tell you all of this because I want them to hear me say this.
Good.
When Melick read me my rights in front of the other two detectives, flat out said, I'm going to hold you there as long as I can. There's going to be no bond, period.
I do know that. He conveyed that very honestly and upfront to us, too. He did convey that to us.
Oh, he made sure that he didn't add that in any part of his testimony the other day.
Right.
So
he was instructed by... you know, obviously we've had a line of communication with Jose. The police have a line of communication open with the DA, state, whoever, whatever you classify.
With the State Department, yeah.
Right. So it's the same thing. They prep their witnesses.
Yeah.
It's like Jose sends mom and dad or whomever else.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just the way that it works.
Yeah.
So, frankly, I knew exactly how that bond hearing was going to go down.
Yeah, I had my feelings going into it, so.
I never had any thought that it was going to go down any way other than it did. And you had been instructed every day, because we asked every day after we reach out to Casey. Have you ever gotten a letter that we've written to you?
No, I've gotten 2 letters. One was from the Dr. Phil show. The other was from another attorney that was posted the 17th.
You've never gotten a letter from mom?
I haven't gotten a letter from anyone except those 2.
Gotten a letter from Annie?
No, I haven't gotten a letter from anyone, Lee.
We have written you since the 16th, Casey.
And I've been getting things that were dated 3 days ago.
You've been giving these to Jose. Okay? So I need you to understand that he is reading these, or whether he's reading them or not.
And for what it's worth, I'm not getting anything.
He's not getting anything. So you have to realize that, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to...
Oh, I know.
You know, I'm just trying to make sure that you are informed of exactly what's going on, because none of us, I have no reason to say anything incorrect, okay? Now understand your rights in this, okay?
Yeah.
She's bored. She's like, she's like yawning and fidgeting and stuff. It's like, if you're not talking about being my boyfriends or even the trouble that she's in that might put her on edge, just like the smaller talk surrounding it, even though it's not, he's just trying to make sure she knows her rights, things like that, be supportive of her. Oh, boring.
She is annoyed. He is doing everything he can everything she could hope for. Okay. And helping her. It just goes to show you how detached she is. Not only when she knows her little girl is gone and what she's done. Okay. But also, you're not realizing how serious of a situation you're in. You're more concerned with what guys are around, who's coming to visit you, what high school, the people I went to high school think of you. She's not grasping it. But even if we, for a second, entertain what she's claiming is the truth, I still am wondering, where the hell is your emotion?
Yeah, me too. Did you see her wipe her eyes a second ago, though? Was she crying or trying to look like she's crying? Or?
Yeah, she knows she's being recorded, but I also think she's just Rainey, for a good portion, she was in the car, I believe. But I think as we go over trial, I think we'll get a much better idea, because I don't remember all of the evidence off the top of my head.
I just want to say hello to Meemaw. She said, "Yay, finally caught alive. Good evening, beautiful ladies." Shane, I haven't seen him for a minute. And then he said, "Oh, MJ too. Nice. Good to see you, Shane." Sorry, Melissa.
I said, "Hi, Shane."
And then Lizzie, okay, thank you. I'll check it and as soon as possible. Thank you so much. All right. You hear that bird, Melissa?
Yep.
That's one of the birds that I was muting or the other day. One of the noises I was talking about. Okay, here we go.
Because of your age and you being an adult, we as the family members, we do not have any say on your representation. We do not have any say.
Wait a minute. This is important. I wanted to bring this up, what Neat had said. Neat said, so are they giving letters to Jose so they come in as legal mail and can't be read by the jail? Did I hear that right?
I think so, but that doesn't make sense to me, because everything, what they're saying is, it's not supposed to going out via mail. It would be crap. I actually don't remember, but what they're saying is basically give it to Jose to give to you, and then give it back to Jose to give to us, which is bypassing the monitoring.
Wow, man. Okay. Casey says, I believe Kaylee was in the woods for a good amount of time due to the growth of weeds in her remains. So I didn't know that. I have to wait for the medical examiner. Didn't know that, like, you know, I don't know all the details. Okay.
And anything that's going on, you do.
Yeah.
If at any point you want to change jockeys in this horse race, you can do it. Okay?
Yeah.
All you need to do, it's as simple as you reaching out to somebody in the corrections department, anybody in the corrections department, to Jose, to whomever, and make it known of what you want to do, okay?
Yeah.
What my worry is, and again, all I have to go off of is what I'm being told by Jose and what I'm being told from the police department. And I know they are holding information back for their own means.
Yeah.
I know this. You and I, and all of us, we have to use them as resources.
Mm-hmm.
If they are not effective resources for us,
We need to find other means.
right. This is something that I've learned from Josh Duckett, who is the father of Trent Duckett that has been missing for 2 years.
Yeah, I heard that he contacted Mom.
He's contacted all of us. I've been talking to him on almost a daily basis, Casey.
Wow.
While he's got his own demons, and I'm not really outside of all this. What I've learned from him are how to manipulate media, how to manipulate law enforcement, and how to manipulate attorneys the way that we need to do this. And his sole purpose is finding Kaylee.
Good.
He has strictly told me, I don't give a shit about me. He says that he doesn't give a shit about me. He doesn't give a shit about you. He doesn't give a shit about Casey or Mom or Dad or anybody. All he cares about is Kaylee.
So he's been talking to families of other missing people, getting to, I mean, you can tell he cares a lot, and he's putting in all of his effort, just everything he's got.
Yep.
Freaking sad, man. And then for you to turn around and accuse him of that, my God.
Yep.
Freaking evil, Melissa.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Because he's right. Once everything behind Kaylee is finished and done, all these other things will work themselves out.
Oh, of course.
So that's what we've been going through, is how can we effectively do that.
Yeah, I've even said from day one, putting my crap out within the media and everything, honestly, that's being said is complete garbage.
Right.
The focus isn't on Kaylee, and that's where it should be. That's my only concern.
Right. Understand that, because right now the only way that we can get information out to the media is through Jose. Now that you and I have a form, or that anybody has a form, whether you want to say it here or you want to say it in a letter, if you want me or Mom or anybody to go out through the media, I'm in front of the media. I'm getting phone calls from the media 10 minutes in every hour of every day.
Yeah.
I can do whatever you need me to do, okay? If there's things that need to be corrected, if there's things that you want to make known, or that you want me to hold back.
Yeah.
Again, you already know this isn't the way to hold something back. But if you want something known or corrected, or if you want your voice heard, tell me, or somehow get that to us, and we will do that, okay?
Yeah.
Before we get into anything else, there's a few other things that I wanted to go through with you, and I'm sorry there's
go ahead.
questions, but
it needs to be done, Lee.
Understand my rhyme or reason behind
Absolutely.
Because we only have an hour.
Yeah.
I've already asked you who I can trust, and what I'm taking out of that is these are the people that I need to keep close with me, because maybe I'll find something out.
Okay, just real quick. So Danny says they believe that she almost wanted them to find her at this point, which she did the same thing with her parents, look locally, she's close, that kind of thing. What do you think about that? Because part of that cellmate secrets. People were talking about it in the chat last night. But one of the women that was in jail with her had said that when she was found, well, first that they found remains somewhere else, and she said that's not Kaylee. And then when she was found, she the way she reacted was like more of anxiety, not like heartbroken, devastation, that kind of thing. So what do you think about that?
I was reading a piece of an article that I wanted to read to us, and so I really wasn't listening, which I'm really sorry for, but only because I wanted to read this next for us.
No, that's okay. I know. I do that too. When you're multitasking, sometimes you hear everything. Okay, so Dead-Eye Danny believes that she is almost trying to get them to find her because of her saying, look close and that kind of thing. One of her cellmates had spoken out and said that when she was found, her reaction was not like heartbreak, devastation. It was more like anxiety, oh shit, like scared, not devastation. And then I saw in one of the playlists, I guess in the trial, we're going to watch her reaction.
Yeah.
So
I don't think she was like pointing them towards her versus subconsciously, like it's just
leaking.
I think little
Okay.
leaks, you know.
Yeah.
But what's so interesting is that it says, okay, so Jeffrey Hopkins, so in a short testimony, Hopkins said he and Casey were only acquaintances who first met in middle school. Casey, and I only bring this up because we heard this yesterday, Casey had told her mother that she met Kaylee's nanny through Hopkins, a coworker at Universal Orlando who previously left his son in the nanny's care before moving to Jacksonville. But on the witness stand, Hopkins said he hadn't worked at Universal since 2002. He has never known a woman named Zenaida Gonzalez and never lived in Jacksonville, and he didn't even have children. He also said while he knew Casey had a daughter, he had never met Kaylee. Hopkins acknowledged seeing Casey at an alehouse in July 2008, but it was the first time that they had seen each other in a long time. He also said Casey sent him mass texts promoting the club Fusion. Then you had Leonard Totora, an assistant manager for loss prevention at Universal, and Totora recalled meeting Casey on July 16, 2008, when she took deputies to the park to verify her employment. Totora, however, found out and confirmed that Casey had not worked at Universal since May 2006. When she did work there, she was employed by a third party called Color Vision. Defense attorney Shanae Mason pointed out that Totora still let Casey walk detectives through the park, even though he had already confirmed that she was lying about working there. But Totora said he did not want to get in the way of the detective's investigation. He said Detective Yuri, remember Yuri, the big old Yuri, asked him to check 3 other people Casey claimed also worked at Universal: Jeff Hopkins, Juliette Lewis, and Zenaida Gonzalez. Of those 3, only Hopkins had ever worked at the theme park, but not since 2002. Totora said he also asked about Casey's alleged manager, Thomas Manley. He said no one by that name worked at Universal.
Oh my gosh. 2006? Like, oh my God.
Yeah. And they had received more than 6,000 tips about possible sightings of Kaylee, but they never found Zenaida Gonzalez described by Casey.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was interesting.
That is interesting. Music City Mom, thank you for gifting. And just a little break to give you guys a laugh. Lizzie sent this, and since we're pausing to read, let me show you these, Melissa. This says, thank you, Lizzie. The photos Casey didn't want you to see. We won't look at all of them yet, but I'll just show you a couple at the front. And then if we have time at the end or when we go back on yours, we can finish them or something like that. So Casey relieving herself in a parking lot, going pee. Look at the pee. You can literally see it.
You can literally see it. I remember those days. Oh gosh. Look at the hand on their back.
Yeah. And that's a public restroom. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's so gross.
She's chin between that toilet seat, like right in that gap. Oh.
straight up laying her face on it. Yes. Oh my God. I don't even want to sit on a public toilet seat, like much less lay my face on it.
Yeah, I do the squat. Oh God,
Yeah.
is that the same night? Hold on, scroll up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same night. That's that same shirt.
Oh my
God.
gosh. We'll just look at a couple more, go back to our interview, and then now
But
we have
guys, this is during the same time. Like this was her lifestyle while she had Kaylee.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh,
I know the exact type. That's the same night. Gosh, damn.
Yeah.
I know the exact type of girl Casey was, and she never grew up. Yeah, she never grew up.
Let's see. Oh, okay, there is a bunch more, but yeah, we'll look at it later. But just to show you the top, and we'll read it later. Lizzie, thank you for sending these. So this is what she was doing in those days that she wasn't reporting the baby missing. Sleeping on public toilet seats. But you're right, Melissa. I know that girl too, and I try to stay far, far away from those. Which nowadays I'm not. I'm at home, but back in the day. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, will you send me that link too of the article you read? So I can, just because I need to also multitasking to grasp everything to look at it again. Thank you. Okay.
And I've already asked you the places where I should focus, and I've already talked to Mom and I already know, and I'm not going to go through them and laundry list them out now like the others.
Yeah.
If you want me to do that later, tell me. Are there any places or clues out there that I can look? I'm going to list some things out. Myspace.
I don't know. Possibly.
Facebook.
Again, possibly.
Photo bucket.
No.
Your phone records. As in my telephone records.
As in my telephone records, that's your best bet for anything.
Do you have a bank account?
I just opened up a brand new account. Which Mom, if
telling me where.
By the way, some of those were photo bucket photos.
Yeah, I was thinking, she don't want you going to your photo bucket, but let that sink in. Bank account? Do you have a bank account? No, because your mom and dad were taking care of everything while you went out and partied, and you were booking Puerto Rico flights. Like, give me an effing break.
Yeah, it's so freaking sad because I think about I can't get that out of my head, especially seeing those pictures where we hear that guy say that Kaylee disappeared that night. So if you guys missed it, I think we were on Melissa's yesterday, or in this journey of going through all of this. One of her guy friends had said that she spent the night there with Kaylee, and in the middle, when they woke up the next day, Kaylee wasn't there anymore. And this was a couple weeks before she was last seen. So I just keep thinking about that. Where was Kaylee when all those photos? Sure, she could have been with Cindy, but I'm not so certain that's where she was. It seems like it depends on the situation, and probably.
Well, no, she wasn't, because they asked Cindy, was there ever a time where she brought her home in the middle of the night? She said no.
But I mean, I'm saying at other times, maybe she was with Cindy when she was partying, but also.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I think maybe she wasn't. Are there times where Casey, who knows why she would have taken her in the first place to that guy's house and not leave her with her mom? Or I'm not saying she was doing anything physically with her, with selling her or something crazy like that. I'm just saying, how could you use her to your advantage? It's probably when she came with her. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh my God, remember she was posting her whereabouts on MySpace, and Lee went to a club she said she was at during that time, and she was so pissed. We got only 12 minutes left, so we're pretty close. Let's go.
It's at Wachovia. I already told Mom that. I know that any mail that comes to the house, as soon as there's access, I want Mom to be able to go and do that. She has power of attorney, Lee.
I understand that, but you understand, power of attorney doesn't mean anything when you're incarcerated. How power of attorney works, that means if something happens to you, is in you being deceased or you being locked up. When locked up, right? You are not locked up right now. Let's be very clear. You're arrested. You're not charged until you're incarcerated in jail with charges on you.
Yeah.
Power of attorney does not mean anything. So mom cannot get this information willingly or by her own means. We have, so when we're asking you for passwords or we're asking you for information, it's because honestly, we can't find this out on our own.
Yeah, understandably.
So just keep that in mind. You know, if there's something that you need to communicate.
No, it's he seems very educated, honestly, just in general. Like, it doesn't seem like he's confused, even if he was relayed what to do. But she's not getting it. Like, don't you? They are desperately trying anything that could lead to Kaylee, and something as simple as your stupid effing passwords, right? Maybe there's something there. Maybe there's okay. Mom has power of attorney. What do you think? Power of attorney comes with Myspace passwords? The hell's wrong with you, chick?
Wait, she has power of attorney of Casey or
Casey? She just said, mom has power of attorney, and he just explained that doesn't mean shit unless you're dead or incarcerated. Now, let me tell you the difference between jail and being charged and incarcerated, convicted. Like, you're not getting it.
Yeah, I heard him explaining the power of attorney thing, and then but I didn't know like what she meant by that. And I'm wondering, did she have it of both of them? Why did she have that in the first place? That's strange.
I don't know. That's what I was gonna look up right now, actually.
Okay. Yay. Well, let's see. Hopefully you find it, because that is bizarre that she would even have to do that.
To us. The purposes of this Wachovia account. I'm getting off track real fast. I'll come back to that.
Yeah.
He does seem educated, though. I agree.
Should I look into bank or credit card records of mom or friends or anything else that you may have either borrowed or used money from?
No.
Borrowed, or should I look into bank accounts that you either borrowed or used money from?
Okay, it says, and which means steal, because she was stealing, so he's very smart with his words.
Yeah.
But it says, Cindy Anthony was granted power of attorney over Casey at some point during her legal troubles, particularly around the time of Casey's trial, but the exact date is not widely documented. But we know, at least here, it was way before trial, like she had already signed over power of attorney.
Damn, that's interesting.
That wouldn't point me in any right direction.
No.
Okay. Any clues or anything that I should focus on at the house? Mom's house, your house?
Outside of maybe stuff on the computer, nothing I can think of.
On the computer, because this was something that I was going to get to. How about the laptop that you were using, mom's computer? So focus on that one.
I don't think there's anything on there.
Should I focus on the family computer?
Check the family computer. Check the disc of pictures that we have. There may be a picture that may help with something. I don't know.
The disc of pictures, you're telling your family that you are protecting them, that you can't tell them everything. And then you're just throwing out all this random shit. What? Something's going to be in the back of a picture?
Yeah. She's giving them literally nothing, Allie, but like, hey, look over here. Go ahead, look over here. Maybe you'll find something. You're going to find nothing.
Oh my God. But she didn't want him looking at the one computer. That's interesting. Is that the one that has the searches on it, or do you remember which one?
No, the family computer is the one. But it's honestly, even when she mentioned the family computer, it threw me back into like a 2000, like Whiplash. I felt like, oh God, the family computer.
Yeah. Like everybody's sharing, and I remember the first one I got on was in my parents' room. It was the family computer. That's funny.
Yeah.
Jamie says, when my son died in 2008, Myspace would not give me his password, and I offered a death certificate. Wow. That's messed up. Jamie had, said that this trial, because it happened at the same time, imagine how furious. You lose your child, and then you're seeing this bitch. And so she knows a lot on the case too, but oh my God. I was thinking about that too today, like people that are in jail away from their kids. And then you have this girl in here, which I think about that all the time with these people. You might be in jail for something like tax evasion or whatever, drugs, whatever, but you wouldn't hurt your child. And now you're away from your child and you see this hussy in there who has taken the life of her child. It would be so hard to control yourself and your anger around her and towards her.
Yep.
I'm so sorry, Jamie, for your loss. I'm glad that you're here. And yeah.
Me too.
Okay. Oh, I mean, there's probably 30 pictures, CDs of pictures that I made for Mom.
I've seen them.
You've gone through all of them.
Talking about.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in particular that stands out that you want me
Not
to
one
look
that,
at?
not one that stands out particularly, but I would check them because there could be something.
Would it benefit me to, if I had the password and I don't, for the your version of the desktop?
I'll give it to you right now.
Can I have that?
Yeah.
What is the password?
RICO 234.
Rico.
I tried that, Casey. It does not work.
That was the password that I used at the house.
RICO.
His tone was kind of like,
yeah, because we've been there, done that. You've already said that that's the password, and it's not the password. And I forgot everyone had their own passwords. Remember that? You had your own, the admin. Then you had like Melissa's, and then Ellie's, like you had your own little side.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy thinking, back to then. But, okay, I rewound it like 20 seconds so we could hear his tone again because I like hearing him get stern with her, better than hearing him give her excuses or what to do to help with her lies.
Mm-hmm.
Version of the desktop.
I'll give it to you right now.
Can I have that?
Yeah.
What is the password?
RICO 234.
I have tried that, Casey. It does not work.
That was the password that I used at the house.
RICO. Does any of those letters have to be?
Nothing's capitalized. No.
Any spaces?
No spaces. And it's the letter O, not a 0.
I tried this, Casey. It does not work. I'm telling you that I tried this.
That's the password that I used before I left the house. That last time before I left the house, that is the password that I used.
Okay.
Who else has been on the computer? That's my question to you. You don't have to answer that. Well, that's the password that I used the last time I logged in on that computer, which was the day that I left.
Okay.
Mom was there when I did it.
What is for the specifically the Kaylee is missing Myspace page?
Mm-hmm.
What is the login email and the password?
The login email is Casey O'Marie.
So she had an email, a MySpace page called Kaylee is Missing?
I guess so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder, MySpace is still up. Like you can.
I was just looking now. Yeah, like Kaylee is missing MySpace page.
Okay. Oh, that'll be interesting if you can find it.
CAS.
See what she.
EY. O, the letter O. MARIE at yahoo.com.
Password for that one.
Kays. CAYS 234.
Yes, Michelle, it's Casey's computer.
Getting back to where I should look for clues.
Mm-hmm.
So Mom's house, you specifically mentioned the computer. I've got what I need for the computer. Ricardo's house.
There's nothing there.
Tony's house.
Outside of maybe my blow dryer and my straightener, maybe a couple shirts, there's nothing there.
Jesse's house.
I haven't been to Jesse's house. You mean his parents' house or his apartment? His apartment, he moved everything out.
Either one.
Neither.
I know you've been there. At least okay.
I had been to his apartment a couple times this year. His parents' house, 2006.
Okay. Fusion.
No.
Your text message records?
I know there's numbers, but outside of that, I mean, I know it doesn't show specific messages. I don't know if you can go back and see what specific messages were. I don't know if there's a way of doing that.
Right.
Quite possibly, yes. Because it's been my main form of communication with everyone.
Did you really have a different phone?
There was really a different phone. I don't know where it is. And that's something that worries me because there are 4 specific... Oh my God, it cut off. Okay, bring it back.
Casey, you still there?
Yeah, did you get the message that I got? Yeah, we have 5 minutes.
No, I did. I saw the 5-minute thing, but it is cut off. So,
yeah.
Sorry. Back to the. Sorry,
That's okay.
Place where we were.
Outside, there's 4 numbers specifically. If we could recover that phone.
What 4 numbers, or whom, or whatever?
It was Jeff's last number that I had. It was.
Would it have been a 904 area code?
Yeah, it would have been a Jacksonville number.
I don't remember any numbers out of that because I have all the phone numbers from your phone.
You have all of the phone numbers from the phone that I have currently.
Records, Casey.
Oh shit.
I need to know what I'm looking for.
It's a
904. You can help me with.
It's a 904 number. That's all I know.
There's like 4 904 numbers in your phone. If you remember any other numbers that I should look for, any combination of the numbers, let me know. Or how about this? Do you remember a day or a time when you may have talked to that person?
Not specifically, because we talked very vaguely over the last couple months.
And would it have been quick phone calls, or guys in 1 or 2 minutes, or would it have been 10 to 15 minutes?
It depended on the daily.
Sometimes too. Okay, that's fine. I'm just, you know what I'm going for, okay?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Is there any clues as it relates to anything, email correspondence that you may have?
No.
Your passwords? Any meaning behind the passwords that would be clues to any of this?
Yes.
Does that include the Myspace sign-in passwords as well as the computer passwords?
The computer passwords, no. Myspace and Facebook, yes.
All right, so there is a meaning behind those.
Yes.
I'll let you elaborate if you want to. If not, I can move on. It's okay.
Move on to something else. We'll cover that by other means.
Okay. How about your tattoos?
That's Kaylee related.
I know it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll leave it up to you if there's any clue in that.
Wait a minute. The tattoo is Kaylee related?
Kaylee related, which is that going to be an issue come trial too? You're admitting it is Kaylee related.
Wow. Okay. I'll pull up a picture of her tattoo she got while Kaylee was missing. If you guys haven't seen it or forget what it looks like while we keep listening. Kane's Nana, she got a tattoo during the time that Kaylee was missing before she was reported. And I remember that being talked about a lot, like just from seeing on the news and stuff. Okay. Oh, I lost my tab.
No, there's not.
Okay, that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Okay. I know we got 5 minutes. Tell me whatever you think that I need to know, or whatever you want me to get out there.
If you can speak to the media directly yourself, coming from me, my concern is Kaylee. That's all I want.
Yes.
No one has once said anything for me, voiced that I love my daughter, that I want her safety, and that she and the rest of our family is my only concern.
I'm writing this down. It's literally going to be a quote.
All I want is to see her again. To hear her laugh, to see her smile, and to just be with our family. Nothing else matters to me at this point.
Understand that we all feel that way, every one of us, okay?
Look at Baez.
I know, but again, they've been hearing that from you, from her uncle, from her grandparents, not from
her face. Let's watch it again.
I know, but
We feel that way, every one of us, okay?
We're almost done, you guys, and I'll show you the tattoo, and we'll look at a couple quick things.
I know, but again, they've been hearing that from you, from her uncle, from her grandparents, not from her mother.
Huh. Harley, who is the guy
Yeah, one
beside of
minute,
her?
Case.
I know.
Anything specific that I should be looking into? Any tip, anything that you can give me?
You have everything that I feel comfortable giving at the moment, besides finding another means to get it to you, yes.
Did Juliet Lewis work with you? Was that the Juliet that Heather knows that works at Kodak and Color Vision?
She could know her. I don't know if Heather knows her or not. That's a possibility.
Juliet that you were friends with, so I was curious if that would have been the same.
Look into that. It could be.
Okay.
No, you know what? This is bullshit. If Casey ever hears anything from any video, I hope she hears this. Listen here, bitch. You were fucking blessed to have a family that cared about you
stipulation
and your daughter to the point where, look at them. They're driving themselves crazy to get every last detail. Her mom was just a complete wreck yesterday. And part of your punishment, even though you have no punishment, will be the fact that you have nothing to do with your family who you were fucking blessed to have. There's a lot of people who are lonely who have no one.
Yep.
And you are one of those people now, and it's all your own damn doing. Oh, it pisses me off, Melissa.
I know.
and as it relates to the
I'm going to mute this and we'll see if there's like any body language or anything shown at the end. But oh my God, it's so frustrating.
I know.
You selfish little hussy.
I hate her.
Yeah. So, okay. There's another minute. I guess it's just, here's the prosecution, people in the courtroom.
6 minutes and 40 seconds for part one.
Okay, this would be a good time to take a recess. Special one also. Okay.
Just see if it shows her going out. But so I pulled up the tattoo, and then if you want me to, we can play what you put back there.
Yeah.
Or we can, okay. This was her tattoo, and it does talk about it here just briefly. I can drop the link, but it's when her Paramount series came out. It said in the opening episode, Casey is questioned about her new ink job, which covers up a controversial shoulder tattoo that became a focal point on the prosecution's case against her. So she got this covered up. During the time her child was missing, she got the words Bella Vita etched onto her back, which is Italian for beautiful life. The decision was slammed at the time, with prosecutors arguing that it showed Casey enjoyed her new life from the shackles of parenthood. Her defense team, however, claimed that it was a tribute to Kaylee. Whatever the case, Casey has since covered it up with a huge floral piece. So if it's a tribute to Kaylee, why in the hell would she ever?
One, cover it up, but two, a beautiful life as if it's over, right?
Right. Hadn't even thought about that. Like a tribute.
Yeah, well, like a beautiful life, kind of like when you reflect on a life, it kind of, at least for me, I take that as it's done. You know, it was a beautiful life.
Oh my God. Yeah, I could see that now that you say it. I had always wondered if she meant like her life. I don't know. Can't make sense of any of it. Sorry, I had to go back to her laying on the toilet. And then, so Melissa had found this. This is a jail call from a high school friend. It's only 2 minutes. So, anything else before I play it?
No,
Okay.
I don't know who it's with, but I'm interested.
Okay. 2.
Little you feel.
Hello?
Hello?
Casey,
Yes,
can you hear me?
I can.
This is Patrick. Do you remember me?
Oh,
I
From
can't
middle
see your
school?
face.
wait. This is that first visit.
Is it really?
Yeah. I think so.
Booga! I looked and I was like, I don't know who this is with, but it came up when I like did high school friend, Boudreaux.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Listen.
Hello?
Casey,
Yes,
can you hear me?
I can.
This is Patrick. Do you remember me?
Good for
I
him.
can't see your face.
From middle school, high school, Colonial, Liberty,
Vaguely.
hung out with Mike Walker.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to come here today just to tell you got a friend outside.
Well, I appreciate it.
And I feel really sorry for you. And if you need anything, just let me know. And
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And Mike also wanted to tell me that to keep your head up and just we're here for you. And
Thank you.
what it's worth, we're still on your team.
Well, good. It means an absolute lot. So,
Wow.
So that's basically just what I wanted to tell you.
okay.
If there's anything you want to talk about, just let it go. Because I'm here for you, Casey.
I know. I appreciate it. I'm good at the moment.
Okay. And I mean, if you want me to, I'll even write you just to keep your mind off things.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. But I'll talk to you later, and you take care of yourself.
All right. Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Wait a second. She doesn't even know who the fuck it is.
Oh my God. At all.
She
Look.
doesn't remember him. And yet she told mama, papa, brother. Yeah, you guys remember Patrick Boudreaux? But you don't remember Patrick Boudreaux. You could tell it didn't click in her face. She's like, okay. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, okay. That was so awkward.
Oh my God, the most awkward, weird, bizarre visit. Oh
But
my
she
God.
suggested to her brother, yeah, no, you should. Patrick Boudreaux came and visited me. Yeah, no, you should definitely. He's good.
Oh
He's
my
good.
God.
What?
When he's trying to find Kaylee. And you didn't even know him. Oh my God. That is, yeah, because that's the one where she's like, he was really great to me. He came and visited me.
He came and visited
my
me.
God.
She can't even see him. Yo, I'm sorry. If you go back, that was so cringe. You could tell she's uncomfortable.
Like, what about when he's like, if you have anything to talk about, just let it go. She's like, okay, yeah, no.
Dude, he came all the way in. You know that process to even get into the jail just to be like, yo, what up? That was quicker than a text.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my God. Okay, let's hear the beginning again.
Okay.
I'll drop the link, you guys.
Hello?
Hello?
Casey,
Yes,
can you hear me?
I can.
This is Patrick Boudreaux. Do you remember me?
I
From
can't
middle
see your
school?
face.
From middle school, high school, Colonial, Liberty,
Vaguely.
hung out with Mike Walker.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to come here today just to tell you got a friend outside.
Well, I appreciate it.
And
Okay.
Okay. You could tell because it didn't click yet. And he was her first visitor. He got in before parents.
Oh my goodness. You guys too, on the replay and the description, I'll have like these articles linked, the 2 videos we watched linked, everything linked in there. Oh my gosh, that was cringy.
That is very cringy. I guess not back then, Solo Angel. That's a good point, but I guess not back then.
So it was this from the Myspace page, just like what's left?
I've been trying. This is the only link I found so far, and it's written in first person, which freaks me out. You know, I am almost 3 years old. I have shoulder length light brown hair, and I have dark hazel brown green eyes. I have a birthmark on my left shoulder and arm. I'm approximately 3 feet tall, and I weigh about 35 pounds. I've been missing since Monday, June 9th, 2008, which tells you it was most likely written, you know, like within that time, that last week. Last seen with Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez. If you have any information, please contact my family at the following numbers, which these are not active, guys. But it shows Casey, mom, Cindy, grandma, George, grandfather, Lee, uncle, House of Anthony. And it says, I want to see my family again, right? If you have any information, you could also contact Detective Yuri. How to help. And look, Kaylee's MySpace, that might be clickable right there.
I can highlight it and copy.
No, up. The blue.
Oh, okay. I see. I missed
Yeah.
it.
I don't know if that'll bring you.
External link. Warning.
You're going to leave live, yes. Okay.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Look.
No, yeah, it is. It is suggested. Oh, no, it was just right there.
Wait, how? It's gone. Wait, hold on. I'll come back and I'll just do it again. Let's see. Because it on like the window that opened, that was the window that opened up.
Oh, I don't know.
And then look, here's the link.
Oh, damn.
What did it say?
For the profile? I don't know. Now I'm starting to get confused. I thought it said something about flyers.
Hold on. Do this. Proceed anyway.
Oh, maybe it's just the live journal. How to help. We have received tremendous amount of messages and calls from family, friends, and even complete strangers that have been touched by the ongoing search. The offers to lend a helping hand in any way possible have been amazing. We ask that you continue to repost the bulletins and the information on the Kaylee is Missing MySpace page. The direct link to the page is, I wonder if you copy that.
I'm typing it in.
Yeah.
Oh, account is no longer active.
Yeah. Well, she had it. It is suggested you print as many flyers as possible. Wow. Okay.
Keep them with you at work in your vehicle. Many places will be willing to have the flyer be displayed for all eyes. Some may even donate. We're taking flyer donations. To coordinate how flyers can be picked up in the greater Orlando area, please contact Kaylee's uncle.
Look.
What?
From
Where?
Cindy, George, Lee, Casey, and Kaylee.
Oh,
Bitch, the mom is second to last from Kaylee. That shows you who's writing and creating them.
Wow. Let me check on this link just to see what it does, like Kaylee's link. Oh, let's see. We're going to proceed anyway. Nope, it's gone too. Dang. Well.
Wow, man. She is something.
That video visit, though, that was such a good find. I'm freaking glad you found that. Oh, my Lord, Melissa.
That was so awkward.
I have so many thoughts and feelings. I don't know. I'm going to have to simmer on this for a while. But, wow, that was infuriating. Wild to see.
And I know that there were, like, I'm going to have to look for what's the next visits. Because, again, she was released, then arrested again. And I know that there is a call. There's a recorded call when Casey was inside. And because I think her family was passing it around and her friends were there too. And she like snapped. I'm going to have to look for that.
Do you remember earlier when I told you to check our Facebook group for make sure I put the right thing in there? Yeah. The link I put was a list and it had like a bunch of video visits on it.
Yes, I know. The playlists are great. And sometimes it's chopped all up though. That's what kind of makes it harder. Is they're chopped up in like 5-minute, 9-minute segments. And so sometimes it's confusing. Which date did this come? You know, like I want the entirety, not clips. But I know a lot of it's also going to be played during trial, like how it was with Tisha.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know, but what do you want to do? Do we want to figure out our next one and go or start the trial?
Yeah, well, I think we'll talk about it and we'll figure out, let's take a look at what there is. If we could find that call, like, because it's just a record. I think it's recorded from the family's house, though, you know, like on that end. Because I remember it being passed around to every person. I don't know, like we'll look and then, but we're either the next live or one live away from starting trial, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait. And then, yeah, you guys, so we'll let you know. It'll be scheduled in the coming days. We'll both be talking about other stuff too. So just keep an eye out and check the playlist if you haven't seen it. Yeah, and Melissa, thank you for doing this with me. I'm so glad to do it with you. We did kind of cover Letitia together, but not like the trial.
Not really, yeah. We kind of just co-did it parallel to one another, sometimes overlap, but like I'm really excited to go into this and not know all the details, but a lot of people are so familiar with it, and then there's others who aren't. But I love that so many people are helpful in the chat. Like they'll say stuff that we don't know, and we don't have the answer. And I love to be able to theorize with everyone and hear everyone's perspective, especially since she's making, I don't want to say a comeback for the lack of a better word, but she's trying to establish herself, even though it doesn't seem like she posted much, which is interesting to me, right? She's kind of been silent.
Yeah, but she's been really active in the comments of that Substack.
Oh, has she?
Mm-hmm. If you go look in the comments, like she'll argue back and forth with people. It's kind of crazy.
Right.
I'm adding the redirect now to your live. So Melissa is doing Tisha now. I don't know what you're doing exactly, but we're going to go over there after this.
Pretext calls. I'll never get over Tisha.
Oh, me neither.
Never, ever. You know, like it'll always be fascinating to me.
Yeah, me too. She's like no other. And honestly, it's really good because as much as we've learned with that, we can apply to these other cases we talk about and compare and contrast and all that stuff. So
I apply it to probably and I've noticed think about it, how many times, even just in these 4 episodes, how many times did I mention Letitia?
Yeah, me
lot.
too. Same though.
Right? But we learned so much, take out of the actual crime. Well, I guess it would still be intertwined with the crime, but like her as a criminal, her as a liar, her on a psychological level, behavioral level, we learned so much. And I think that's why I think Tisha is such a great case study, because I've never seen anything like it. But I will be honest, Casey's coming very close in a lot of similarities of Tisha, even though I feel like Casey was more stable than Tisha. You know, like she was able to keep it together, keep more poise instead of blabber of the mouth. But it's still interesting to see those similarities.
Yeah, it is. Tisha was just like anxiety ridden. You could like Casey she's a different kind of creature because she's so calm about this stuff.
She's smarter in the sense that she's not yes, she's lying, but just like we saw in that original Universal interview, in where Tisha would have piled on so many more lies, but to be fair, the detectives really controlled that interview, but she was like, let me shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And acknowledge, this was a lie, but again, essentially it's the same thing, right? I'm protecting my family. I can't share this with you because even though a 2-year-old is out there missing and could be in danger every moment she's not with me, I am protecting my family. That's the same thing Tisha did.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? I'm glad you say that, because can you think about it? If your child is missing, every thought you're going to be thinking about every second, what else kind of torture or horrible thing they could be going through if they were even alive. And Casey's just like, it's all right.
Think back to yesterday. Cindy says, Casey, we need to have her back before her 3rd birthday. And what does Casey say? That mom, we have weeks. It's okay. I'm sorry. And her mom said, I want her back this minute. Which, yes, that is what makes sense. Every moment she's away, the threat is so high. She could be being tortured. But Casey knew. There's a slip. Casey already knew. It's not this anxiety filled of what's happening. She knows what happened.
Yeah, you're so right. But wouldn't she be anxious about her being found? It's like you still have things to worry about, but nah, she's cool, calm, and collected.
Well, and that's why I'm very excited to get into trial and to get into the way her remains were found, because
Yeah.
I don't have a solid theory about that, but again, it's been so long. I can't wait to go back over it to see what did she try, like why wasn't she having that much anxiety? It appears like because did she stage it in a way for it to come across a certain way? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know either, but I'm excited to look for it or to see it too. I don't know the actual details of that. Know a little bit, but not like you learn at trial. Okay, so before I let you go, 2 quick things. Homer is right. Casey didn't cry for immunity.
That's
And
true.
Carol asked a good question. Do you think Patrick still supports her? Wonder if I could find Patrick. I could ask him. I mean, if he's on Facebook,
Find Patrick.
that would be funny. Okay, well, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you for letting me on. I'm loving this. It's
Me
so
too.
weird because even though like each piece is so important, I'm so excited to get ahead and ahead and ahead.
Yes.
Because I'm really like I love theorizing. I love discussing it. And I'm very excited.
Me too. I'm loving it too. I'm all the way in, and I'm ready to keep going, and I'm just thankful to do it with you. And yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you, you guys. This will end. Do you have to start your live for the redirect to work, by the way, or?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. So this is going to end. I'm going to wrap it up now anyways, and I'll see you guys later. We're going to go over to Melissa and listen to some more Tisha stuff. And yeah, thank you guys. I hope you have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.
Good night.
Bye.